I came from engineering to oceanography. I didn't actually understand oceanography for a long time because I never studied oceanography. Somehow I got hired there, but I was still an engineer. So this was like 15 years into my work there. So perfect timing. And I had a lot of energy. This is 15 years ago it started. So it was a perfect timing for me to, I had all these ideas and this and that, but never could implement that because it requires a lot of money and people, other people. So I thought it was like perfectly suitable. We wrote these proposals, formed teams. I knew a lot of people. And it was very well done. We published 200 papers. It was successful. We were one of the few teams that got funded through the 3 cycles of funding because every time they didn't like what the teams were doing, they would just kick them out. And the institution was founded just for funding this. Okay, and they dissolved themselves once the money ended. So it was a 10-year project, and it was about 10 people from private sector, 10 people Obama chose. 10, so it was 10 people, all very senior, mostly retired, but the chief person was she was the former NSF director. And NSF director is chosen by Congress, independent from the president. So it was very skilled people. They knew exactly what they wanted. They funded us like stock market. They wanted energetic people who can deliver results very fast, and they would just kick people out if they didn't, live up to the promise. It was very stressful, but I like that. After that, the last 5 years, I was working on other projects. Like I had projects from the Navy that continued until actually today. To go to the ocean, we went to the Mediterranean Sea a couple times during COVID. It was hard because we need to conduct ocean experiments during COVID. It was in Spain and France. And then we had a big project from DARPA. DARPA is a Defense Advanced Projects Research Agency, something like that. You can look it up. And that was funded because they liked the work we did in the Gulf of Mexico. They want to do something similar for the Navy. They said, why don't you design instruments that, like many instruments, because we release thousands of instruments in the ocean. They said we want to release tens of thousands. And so we design instruments that have many sensors, like not just like position you saw in class, things are floating around in the ocean, but they want to have like a camera, they want to have smoke sensors, they want to have sound sensors, submarines. So we design stuff, not only us, but as a team, like 7 sensors, and they want to release 50,000. But we didn't end up releasing 50,000, we end up maybe 4,000 or 5,000. And that project was also very intense because they wanted quick results. That was also multiple funding cycles. So what they do is they get like 10 teams, and then like 2 years into it, they reduce to 5, then they reduce to 3. So there's always this competition inside. And then most recently, I was involved in a machine learning, like AI, which is very fashionable nowadays, and still working on it. So the idea is essentially you try to find applications of machine learning in sciences. So typically the machine learning is like Twitter or whatever, Facebook, right? You have social media, people put a lot of things, write a lot of things, and then you need these monster machines to process all that. Large language models are perfect because they can understand what people are writing. Mm-hmm. And then there's the machinery that makes sense of it, like 1 trillion messages per day from the entire globe. So Twitter is a perfect example because Twitter has hundreds of millions of people on it, and they write I'm included, they write all kinds of things. And then what if you can feed all that into a big machine and learn about society? So that's the big driver. And then you cannot do it with science, normal science. You need something different. Mm-hmm. But in science, we have formulas, right? We have the Newton's equation, and we have chemistry, we have biology, this and that. So application of AI to science is not clear. So that's what we had a national, again, competition and team, and with MIT. So our closest collaborators were from MIT. So we try to find problems in oceanography that can benefit from AI.